Does look quite smart, the bucket park, I would say, or the Merlot attachment park. Just starting a fast track up and oh, it did it that time. First time it cuts off straight away. Twice. I know, Sam's just sorting out where Andrew had stacked quite badly. Anyone want any wheat straw? £80 a tonne, XR yard over the Weybridge, let me know. We had a hay cap shortage, but they were all here, the ones that we took off out the sheep field the other day. They hadn't made it across the road. Update on Adam's tanker, still imploded. Found my hoops off the dividers, but I'm just sanding them down because they're a bit rusty. And I'm going to spray them so they look new again. Just like new. Power's back. Danny's new tillage equipment's arrived. The dryer's now run through from wheat. We're going to go back onto barley now. We're going to cut some barley later and we're going to blend some wet barley and some of that super dry barley and see if we can get it right. I'm just about to go cutting spring barley and I've just walked across the grass. I don't know if you can see, but still got dew on my boots. The dew's still not lifted and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. But we're going to get going. Hopefully by the time we've got to the field it'll be gone and we can get into it. So he's 13 today, so he's legally allowed to ride in the combine. And he's been to the sunflower maze and now he's watched us cut some spring barley. So what's your name? Where'd you come from?
James, and I'm from near Kirby Longsdale.
Near Kirby Longsdale. That's where Tom Brown's from. If Tom's watching. Just cruising now in his spring barley. It's doing quite well, to be fair. He says as he looks at it, it's just dropped to 5 tonne, but it was doing about 7.5 tonne, which is really good, to be honest, because it's quite late on. It's not all doing that, because up there where it was a bit flooded and we've obviously got a few bare patches. So Sam's on the fence and Richard's on the Massey carting. But yeah, it's nice. No heads on the floor either, which is good. It hasn't necked over as much as Bill's, to be fair, probably because it's a bit later on. Bill's is probably getting a bit overripe now, but he's busy doing some stuff with his spud line today, so that's why we're back cutting at ours rather than finishing his barley off at the moment. Don't know whether anyone remembers, but back in January when we rescued the guy with the fast track when in the floods, well, this is the field that had carrots on and all the water was coming down the hill through the hedge and flooding the sort of £1 million houses behind that hedge. I don't know if you see them properly because of the reflection in the glass. You've got all these thatched houses there that were flooded. So I was getting bucketfuls of soil and blocking up all the gaps in the hedge and all the gateways along here, stopping the water going out onto the road and flowing into the houses. And then on the way home through the village back there, that's where we found a guy that was floating in his car, and we had to back the fast track in with a trailer on to rescue him. Pretty clean crop. There's just a little patch of wild oats here, which is a bit random because the rest of the field's got none in at all. Oh, bit of a cat there mooching through the hedge. This here, I don't know if you can see, but you can see kind of like lines in it across. It goes blurry when I put my finger there. That's where the beds of the carrots were. So this is where it was too wet for them to dig carrots. So we ended up having to disc them in and then we sowed it with barley. Anyway, it's right up a lot now. A bit odd wet hole there, like, but it's not too bad, to be honest. There's the Massey for the Massey fans there. They do look good in red, don't they? So come on viewers, which do you prefer? Both similar horsepower, both similar weight. The Massey or the FENDT? Answer below. Got this tiny bit left to cut of this spring barley, and then we've got that in the tank now, and I don't quite know if I'm going to fit it in the trailer because the trailer is nearly full. I don't want to have to put like a ton in another trailer and then go onto that wheat, so we're just messing about now trying to do it, see if it'll fit. Well, it's going to be tight. My phone rang, but it was tight, but we've got it on. Nice full load. Maybe could have got a little tiny bit in the back corner, but yeah, that's the last load of spring barley for this year of mine, and then we'll go on to this wheat now. So I'm going to swap it over to wheat, turn the chopper on. Cutting this field of wheat, and someone's clearly driven around the edge there and then driven a quad through it here and flattened it all down. No wonder the pigeons have got in it to eat it. I'm just cutting the headland now. just cutting here, it's gone a little bit flat. Anyway, I've just picked up this stone here. Anyway, concrete, quite big. Made it to there, stopped that dead, rattle clutch on it, and it's broke a finger section. But that's nothing really. Accident avoided, to be fair. Could have been worse. This was the bit of the field that was on 2-foot row spacings because the cladding was set up wrong. And believe it or not, it's actually not yielding too bad, to be honest. Only half the header's doing it, the other half's doing full width, normal row spacing, but it's not making a lot of difference. Just got mine a bit of a lump up there. Good bit of the field here. Wish it all was doing that, but the pigeons have demolished most of it over there. That's why we're cutting it. So we're cutting barley over there, and because there's so many pigeons on here, Sam put a banger on them. But we've come across now and we've cut this. Bit of dust, but it is going damp because the sky's quite clear. So it's probably going to be dark in half an hour, but we're just trying to get through it now. It's a bit gone flat, but that's probably pigeon damage again. Again, yielding not too bad. So we'll try and get this field finished, and then we've only really got 3 fields a week left to cut, and then a block that's far away, and then obviously Bill's stuff, and then all the beans. I've also ordered some more hay caps as well today for putting on the top of the straw, because I'm basically filling the sheds with straw and stacking the rest outside on the hay caps, because that'll keep it just as good as in the shed. Because at the moment they're saying people are trying to talk the price down, but obviously there's going to be a shortage because everyone's chopping it. So I've just been chopping most of this field. I've just putting some on the floor now because we've got some barley to bale there. Anyway, the hay caps, we've been stacking them 9 high, so that means we're going to get 3 tonne under each bale. So the hay caps will pay for themselves in the first year, because I think they're around £60 each. Well, if you think that straw's worth at least £20 to £30 more in the winter than it is in the summer, so if you put 3 tonne of straw under 1 hay cap, there's your hay cap paid for in the first year, and it doesn't take up any shed space as well, which is even better, because we've got a lot of kit that we don't want getting wet either this year. So whether that be a new combine or a bigger drill and different things like that. Also today, me, Dad and Jonathan have gone to Mid Wales to pick up a new tractor. So they will not be back till I've probably gone dark, edited the video and got back to the yard. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what that is. But it's pretty big. And it's the 4th one I've bought, if you will. I've had a few over the years. Just a bit of a weedy patch here where it completely flooded, so I'm just lifting the header up over it. It literally flooded, so we left it. Anyway, it's just full of weed and bits of wild oats now, so there's no point in combining that and mixing that in with the rows of straw. So we'll just leave that bit, put the header back down. Yeah, so I've owned 3 of them in the past, and anyway, so this will be the 4th one. So hopefully it'll be back when I've finished combining this field. It wasn't our intention to be cutting today. We thought we'd be cutting at Bill's. So anyway, we've had a bit of juggling around in the yard trying to stuff grain in. So we've been tipping barley in one shed and wheat in another shed. So there's going to be grain everywhere when I get back. So hopefully we'll be back at Bill's tomorrow cutting there. Give us time to sort of catch up and sort everything out. I don't know what the moisture in this is. It's a bit drier than the last week we cut, but it's probably still going to have to be dried. And the stuff we cut the other day at 26%, that will only be dry in the morning. So we put that on the drying floors the other day. Another bit of news, get well soon Tom Pemberton thinks he's got COVID. He's had a test and he's got another test waiting to see whether he definitely has, but that's not good. So hopefully he'll get better soon. He was supposed to be going to come and have a go with the combine, but if he's going to isolate now for 10 days, we may have finished cutting wheat by the time he's better, so we might have to drive it in the beans maybe if he's going to have a go with it. So we'll see. Doesn't look particularly dark on the camera, but there's the lights on. Cameras are very good at actually finding the light. They turn the lights off. That's it, buddies. Camera just too soon. Nice sunset over there as well. Just going around this pond here, and then I've got some sort of like short runs there. Anyway, I'm going to cut them now because there's only 2 of them carting today. Mainly because Andrew, for some reason, was sat on the tractor with Sam rather than actually bringing a trailer. So I'm going to cut these short ones so that, because my tank's getting full and I've got 75% in it and I've got no trailer yet to empty to. So I'll do the short runs that'll take me longer, and that means then I won't be waiting as long for the trailer, and then when I've got 2 trailers on the way, I'll then go back into the long runs where I'm getting through it more. That's the plan anyway. Do the fiddly bits while I'm waiting. I suppose as well, while I'm waiting, I can edit the video which you've just watched. So that's probably about all for today, but don't forget what you prefer, the Massey tractor or the FENDT tractor, because I thought they both look great on the on them matching trailers. Leave a comment below. Thanks to everyone that's watching. Loads and loads of new subscribers recently. I think it's gone up 2,500 in the last couple of weeks. If you're a new subscriber, tell me where you're watching from, because we have got plans to put it all on a map. I've got the big map, we've just not had a chance to put the little pins in it yet, so let me know where you're watching from. And I'll see you all tomorrow. You can watch another video over there, don't forget, and you can subscribe over here if you've not subscribed yet, and also press the bell if you want to know when we're doing live videos, and it'll alert you when we're doing it. So I'll see you all tomorrow.